Opening the door to the club, I walk into a familiar and warm atmosphere that I haven't visited for a while. Yep, just make it seem like nothing ever happened. Nothing happened last night. Everything's all good. Mikey, welcome back. Monica walks over and greets me, smiling. Yo, Monica, how are you feeling? I'm great. I'm also really glad you decided to come in today. Yeah, it's been overdue for a couple of days now. I've been busy after school lately, so I never really had time to come in. I understand. Well, we are going to be starting soon here. Find a seat and get comfortable. Alright. Monica turns and walks towards her desk. As she walks, both Yuri and Natsuki appear out from behind her. Okay. I nearly fucked that shit up. Look who is finally back. It took you long enough. Yeah, it's not like I was busy rescuing your friend and making sure the rest of you are safe or anything. Well, it's good to have you and her back. Not that means I missed you two or something. Sure. Yes, it's good to have you and Sayori back, Mikey. I believe all of us missed you dearly, especially after everything that has happened. I guess it would be a lie if I said I didn't miss being here either. And I know Sayori missed you all extremely. I looked past both of the girls and watched Sayori help Monica with something at her desk. She looks at me from across the room and waves. Thank you for doing all you did for Sayori. I know you got hurt doing it, but again, thank you. Yuri blushes and looks away. Yeah, I heard you got really hurt. Are you okay? Not that I care or anything, it's just Natsuki stammers with her words for a second before I raise my hand up to stop her. I'm going to be okay. It's only been 3 days since that night. It's been 3 days already? Holy shit, fast forward fast. But I am recovering quickly. That's good. Natsuki looks off to the side, worried for a moment. Even through her attitude, I can tell she has a genuine concern about my health and well-being since the incident. I smirk and move my arms around to prove I still have mobility. I also heard you confronted some of the people who were bullying Sayori here at school the other day. That is correct. That is very noble of you. Yuri clasps her hands together and holds them to her chest, as if she was picturing herself in Sayori's shoes. Yeah, that same exact pose you were just describing. Natsuki looks intrigued and pops her head up for a second before looking away again. Sayori's been very happy since she came back. And normally when you weren't around, she would be... Natsuki, how would you describe it? Well, she's always bright when you're around. But before you actually started coming to school here, her brightness was dim. Natsuki makes quotes with her fingers. They're both referring to Sayori's depression, which has been hitting her hard recently until the kidnapping. I expected her depression to worsen as a result of everything, because normally a person who suffers from depression would amplify the emotions they feel, twisting their mind to make them think they were the cause of what happened in general, thus making their depression worse. But I haven't seen Sayori like that at all lately. In fact, she has been especially bubbly and joyous. I don't know whether to be worried or happy. Better to just stay observant just in case. Yeah, I guess lately she has been a lot happier. Which I would prefer to be to the alternative, don't you think? Both girls nod in agreement. Monica calls Yuri over to her, so she turns and shuffles away, leaving me and Natsuki in the front of the room. Natsuki looks at me hesitantly, before finally speaking and breaking the somewhat awkward silence between us. Listen, I will make this quick because I don't want you thinking I'm being too mushy or anything. But thank you for protecting my friend and getting her back to us safe and sound. You're a good friend, and you're also a good boyfriend to her. I'm sorry for saying that you weren't. Natsuki looks away from me and seems hurt by her own words. I place a hand on her shoulder and turn her to face me, looking into her eyes. I understand that at the time you were upset. It's natural for someone to throw blame around when something like this happens, even when they don't want to or don't realize that they are. I accept your apology, Natsuki. Without saying another word, she closes her eyes and gives me a hug. Huh? What the hell are you doing? She squeezes me for a second and then releases me. Don't get any weird ideas. I just wanted to say you were a good friend, and I guess a hug was a good way of expressing that. I see. I pat her on the head gently, and she recoils. Don't mess with my hair! It was already messed up before I pat you. I chuckled deevishly to myself, and she gently hits me on my good arm. It's good to have you back, dummy. Natsuki smiles and walks back to her desk. Sayori looks over and then walks up to me. Hi, Mikey. Yo, Sayori, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic today. I'm so glad you're back in the club. I never left. I just had to take care of stuff with Julia for the last few days. Did everything go okay? Yep, now I have the time to spend here at the club. I take my hand and I begin to ruffle with her hair with it. What? Okay. And with you? Stop! Oh, okay. Sayori's blushing face helps relieve the unease I have been feeling today. It's only been 3 days since I arrived at the forest to save her. She has returned to staying at her house, and I am still at mine. But lately I haven't been at the club since Julia and I have been having regular meetups to discuss additional information. So far, nothing really important has been uncovered, but it looks as if a majority of the people who were involved are now in custody. And as a result of that, I haven't seen Sayori much these last few days outside of class. So I guess seeing her and being able to spend time with her here is a good thing. So, are you happy to be back? Of course, why wouldn't I be? Heh, I don't know. To be honest, I am only glad to be back here at the Literature Club. Word does go around the school, so now people know I had a hand in bringing Sayori back. To what extent still is a mystery to me. Which gives me notoriety I don't really desire. Some other guys in my English class kept asking me questions about it. I didn't even offer much response to them. It slightly pisses me off that some people want into my business like it's their own. But I guess it's just as easy to ignore them or blindside them with something different. After a day or so, though, everything calmed down. Sayori grabs onto my arm and gently pulls me to the other girls. Come on, let's start the club already and we can all have fun. The other girls smile and get into their seats. The club went as normal. We all talked about different kinds of literature and poems and joked about Sayori misunderstanding a word. What word? Yuri and Natsuki tried their best to get Sayori and I to talk about the cool things I did to save her. But thankfully, Sayori understands that it is best we both stay quiet about what happened. She just kept her normal bubbly face on and said something really corny like, "Hey, he was my hero," in which the other girls would all awe and look directly at me. Not going to lie, it felt a little weird to me. Weird to be put into that position. God, that was a botch. And I hope to God it's the last time they look at me and do that. But after each of us read poems to each other, I take a slip of paper out of my pocket and place it onto the desk in front of me. Oh, hi, girls. Each of the girls look at me in bewilderment, as if I just pulled a bar of gold out of my pocket. You wrote a poem? Of course I did. You did say that we were going to read poems today, right? Yeah, but because of what happened, I didn't really expect you to bring one in. Surprise! I can't wait to read it. Foo. Okay. It's been a while since I have read one of your poems. I'm interested. Well, it can't be better than mine. Let's see. Oh. Where this road has brought me. The road ahead of me... Was that paved? Was paved with dirt and gravel. Oh, God. Script sucks. Meandering through the bumps and gaps were my daily... tribulations? I can't read script, bro. I can't. But something changed along the way, and the dirt turned to grass. The rocks turned to flowers. I attempted to deny this false pretense my mind beheld, but for some reason I didn't question it. I kept going. The clouds overhead dissipated, and the sun shone down on me once more. It feels as if it was forever since I last saw it, but the road ahead has a stop in it. As I approached it, I saw her, the true embodiment of everything I was missing as a person. Aw, this is a poem for Sayori, isn't it? Aw. I think it is. The closer I got, the more scared I became, but the better I felt. She sat down in a patch of grass, smiling at the world. When she saw me, and I saw her, it all changed. Instead of turning away and scuffing like my past, she took my hands into hers and made the road ahead a road worth traveling. She's by my side now, walking the same road. How things ended up this way, I will never know. But one thing I do know is where this road has brought me. Each of the girls looked stunned except for Sayori. Yeah, she knows it was for her. She knows that poem was basically just for her there. She looks off to the side, trying to hide her face, which is red as a cherry right now. Amazing! You did a very good job with the language, Mikey. Whoa. Thank you, Mikey. Sayori scoots her chair closer to me and wraps her arms around me. Oh, well, you're welcome. I'm glad you all liked it. I fold the paper back up and hand it to Sayori, who takes it and holds it against her chest. I love it so much. It's a Mikey poem about me. Okay, everyone. I think that is going to be a good place to leave it for today. Natsuki and Yuri turn away and start to pack up their things. Monika looks at me and gives me a sneaky wink that looks to Sayori. Oh no. Sayori looks back at me and I can already predict what she is going to say. Mikey, can we? Yes, we can walk home together. Yay! Monika gets up and starts to pack up her stuff as well. Sayori already seems to have gotten everything ready to leave. I grab my backpack and sling one of the straps over my good shoulder and start toward the door with her. As she and I leave the room, she grasps her hand with hers and stays close to me. We both meet our old spot and split up. Hey, Mikey. Do you want to hang out later? I don't see why not. I just gotta get something for Julia and then I'll head over. Okay. Sayori beams and gives me a hug. Before I can even retaliate, she lets go and trots off toward her house. I watch her as she goes and then walk to my house. I toss my backpack onto one of my couches and grab a small manila envelope that was placed neatly on a small coffee table in the middle of my living room. It's labeled Mikey with familiar neat handwriting from a specific brunette I know. I take a seat onto the couch and open the envelope and examine the contents. Inside are several files and documents about the people who were detained and killed that night I brought Sayori back. Initially, there isn't anything that is useful, but you can never really just tell if something is useful at first glance. Ashley told me to look for outliers, such as age, race, occupation, or finances. The ages of the people involved are scattered across the board, so there's little I could gather from that other than the operating group not discriminating against age. They'll take whoever they want in their ranks. The races too are also mixed, which is odd since a lot of crime syndicates are predominantly Caucasian, Hispanic, or African American. So this group once again will take anyone into their ranks, which doesn't really seem to strike me as an organized crime sort of deal. Oh my god, my voice! Occupations don't tell me anything useful at all, and neither do finances. So our overall conclusion is that these people were hired to do things they did, but by who, we don't know. And police interrogations don't tell us anything useful either. Scowling to myself, I put the documents back into the envelope and slide it into my couch seats as a temporary stash. My phone dings and it's a text message from Sayori. Hey, I'm going since it's a text, I'm not using her voice. I'm gonna take a shower and clean it up a bit before you come over. Sorry if I take a bit. Sayori sends me one of her usual emoticons, and I just offer an acknowledgement and put my phone back in my pocket. Leaning back into the couch, I wait for Julia to give me a call so we can discuss a few things. And it isn't long before she arrives at my door and invites herself in. I return the envelope to Julia, and we conclude that until one of the people in custody breaks about their boss, nothing else provided is going to be useful. And with an irritated sigh, I accept it and follow Julia outside. When outside, Julia and I continue to talk in her car for longer than I really expected or wanted us to. She gave me the normal runaround that no one should know of how much involvement I had in the situation, and if possible, deny any involvement completely. It's customary for agents of the company to not exist when things like this happen, so he is an agent. Which I am more in tune with, since I am easily able to work in the shadows and disappear just as quickly as I appeared. When we finish our talk, the sun has started to go down, and the night creeps up. That took long. Closing the door behind me, I grab a quick glass of water and down it from the faucet. I still haven't heard anything from Sayori since she messaged me earlier. Oh no. A small twinge of uncertainty starts to envelop me and makes me feel like I should go check on her. I mean, I am done with Julia anyway. Putting the glass away in the cupboard, I exit the front door and start walking to Sayori's house. Walking into her house, all the lights downstairs are off. Oh no. It takes a second for my eyes to adjust, but something just feels off. To be safe, I decide not to call out for her and just go to her room. Quietly skulking up the stairs, I finally reach Sayori's bedroom. The door is closed and the light inside is on. I press my index finger and middle finger against the top of the doorknob. It's cold, so no one has touched it recently. Sayori said she was going to take a shower earlier, so I quietly turn and head to our bathroom. Inside, I notice that there is some humidity still lurking in there, and a damp towel, but no Sayori. So she must be in her room. But that's odd. She isn't making any noise or movement at all. Oh, no. My heart is beating. I'm just like, don't tell me something bad happened. I return to her door and I swallow with saliva I have in my mouth, and I gently open the door. Oh god, that's... Excuse me, sir! What the hell? The sight before me nearly freezes me in my tracks. It's Kagan? I didn't think it was. I thought it was just some random guy that works there or something. Kagan is holding Sayori against his chest with an arm wrapped around her waist and the other pointing a gun at her head. My blood instantly turns cold and he looks into my eyes. Finally. Jesus Christ, you take so long just to check up on your... Sayori, what is he to you now? Sayori sobs helplessly, trying to pry his arms away from her. Oh, come on, sweetheart, you can say it. Get your hands off of her, Kagan. Keeping my voice calm, I tried to rationalize the situation, as is what exactly is going on, and how to counter it. Kagan's appearance is disheveled, like he was under a lot of stress and finally snapped. But his eyes look calm and cold, as if this was planned. He has a couple of scratches on his arms, no doubt from Sayori trying to get out of his chokehold. He holds what looks to be a generic 9mm handgun, his finger already on the trigger ready to fire. No, I don't think I will. You don't control what happens anymore. I do. Kagan, if you hurt her, I swear to God, I will make sure you suffer a fate worse than death. At this point, what are you going to do? I have the gun, and I will do what I want with it. I don't offer a response and just slowly pace to the left side of the room. Kagan shifts him and Sayori so they are constantly facing me head on. I can't get an angle on either of them. I want you to stay back against that wall right there. He nods to the wall that has Sayori's calendar posted on it. I slowly comply and get close to the wall. Sayori makes eye contact with me, tears trailing down her panicked face. Immense anger taking over me, I try my best to remain calm and collected. The gun that Kagan holds doesn't look like it has a modified trigger system, so if I can figure out what type of handgun he has, I can determine the pressure needed to discharge a round. I can't risk doing anything if it would mean Sayori gets hurt. Damn it, what do? I raise both of my hands outwards around my waist to show Kagan I do not have anything in my hands. I was trained to do this to show that I am not as much of a threat to the aggressor as he is to me. It also makes them feel like they are in more control of the situation. Why are you here, Kagan? What does it look like? It looks like you're just setting yourself up for failure here. Failure? Haha, failure. I've already won, Mikey. Won what exactly? Ever since you came here, you have ruined everything I have had planned. Planned? So you mean everything was planned to circumvent you? If you had not shown up that night, I looked through Sayori's bedroom window, none of this would have happened. Well, maybe don't be a pervert. You got involved in something you really shouldn't have. But you were being a pervert. You're the reason all this happened. Someone like you really shouldn't be around girls like Sayori. What the? She's sweet, caring, and trusting. But you have the eyes of a killer. The demeanor of a man who knows only to harm and not to heal. You were better off a loner in school, minding to yourself and remaining the weirdo that we all initially thought you were. Coming from you, Mr. Weirdo? And loner, pretty much? So you mean to say that because I stopped your perverted peep session, you caused everything to happen? For lack of better terms, yes. Oh, wow. So the kidnapping was planned by you? Kind of, yeah. People will do almost anything if you promise them what they want. So you purposely hurt the girl you desired? Sometimes you have to do what is necessary to justify your means. Are you stupid or are you retarded? You're a smart guy. You understand this, eh? I don't see how hurting an innocent girl when your problems are with me would justify any of the atrocities you have committed. You paid people to bully Sayori so you could stand up against them and protect her. Guilty as charged, but that is nothing compared to what you have done, Mikey. In the last 24 hours, how many people have you killed? Oh yeah, I know. I was the one organizing all of it, dumbass. Surprise, you son of a bitch. Oh, getting a little mean now, eh? How could you put Sayori through all of this? You caused too much trouble for me to just let this go. People at school talk about how much of a hero you are, and how you saved Sayori from hell, and how you were an angel. God, that should have been me. You are depressing, bro. Let me guess, you planned to save Sayori from the kidnappers just like you originally planned with the bullies? Now you're catching on. It's easy to win a girl's heart over if you save her socially. What the hell? And it was going swimmingly until you showed up and ruined it all. Sorry to rain on your parade there, Kagan. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your smart-ass mouth right now. Please, Kagan. Shut up, Sayori. I'm a little busy dealing with a cockroach that has been bothering me. He presses the barrel of the gun to Sayori's temple, and and my stress immediately skyrockets. So you decided that after I ruined all of your plans, you were just going to pull a stunt like this? What exactly do you think something as genius as this will accomplish in the end? Get on your knees and beg me to keep Sayori alive. Oh please, Mr. Gunman, please don't hurt my girlfriend. I make a mocking tone with my voice and do a slight jazz hands to add insult to injury. Do you think I am joking? At this point, I just want you dead. With you gone, my life will be so much easier. The same could be said about you. But I bow to no man, especially one with my girlfriend held hostage. This isn't a request. This is a demand. He presses the barrel against Sayori's head again. Damn it, I thought that would loosen his confidence a bit. I need to decide what to do fast. I could comply with his demands, but I have my handgun, which is holstered in the small of my back around my waist, and I could go for it. Oh. Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. I kinda did mess up. It seems that grabbing the handgun does give you, like, a bad ending. Because I wasn't really positive after the party got, like, shot at least 3 times that he was gonna live. I want the good ending no matter what. Because, really, I'm not getting no bad ones here. I am not gonna cry here. I am not gonna do that shit, alright? I mean, shit, if you guys want me to react to, like, the actual bad ending, because I didn't get that far, I just, like, literally looked it up after, like, the part where he got shot at least 3 times, because I'm not sure if he actually did die or not, because I felt like he was, along with him, along with Kagan somehow. But if you want me to react to that, I guess let me know in the comments or something, and I'll go back to this and react to it. Because there is multiple chapters in this, so I have plenty of time for it. So apparently complying with Kagan is the good ending way. Apparently. Even though I would want to kick his ass. I decide to lower myself to my knees and keep my hands raised. Kagan, you have no reason to bring her into this. Let her go. You and I can handle this man to man. Tempting, but no. But do as I told you. Beg for Sayori's life. Sayori makes eye contact with me, tears still dripping down her cheeks. She shakes her head and looks away. Kagan, please let Sayori go. She is innocent in all of this, and she doesn't deserve to be put through this. How you could even bring yourself to harm her is something I can't fathom. But again, your problem is with me. Your focus is on me, Kagan. Please leave her out of this. Is that the best you can do? That's all you can say that you think will save your girlfriend? I'm not used to pleading for others' lives, as you can tell. So excuse me if I am not a petty little prick like you. Oh! You have a lot of nerve saying that. And you have a lot of nerve being within a mile of my girlfriend after you attempted to peek at her like a pervert you are. And as I said then, you are lucky that I didn't just slaughter you right then and there. Looking back, I really should have. It's quite alright. Everyone makes mistakes. Your mother just happened to not correct one that she made. Joke's on you, asshole. Never knew my mom. So I never had to beg someone for attention like you have. Oh, you mother... Kagan lifts his arm that holds Sayori's waist and jerks it up so that he now has Sayori by her neck. He tightens his grip and gently chokes Sayori. Okay, that better not end something like this. I try to stand up, but he presses the barrel against her head again. Sayori's tear-filled eyes close and squint. My blood begins to boil as I watch helplessly. Sayori is still able to breathe, but not much. He's putting her through copious amounts of stress just to get me to break. Kagan, let her go and fight me like a man. There is no honor in this. Honor? Do you think I give a shit about honor? I copped a look at Sayori naked. What the? And you're over here talking about honor? I thought that maybe since you wanted to kill me, you actually put yourself to a challenge. You want me dead, right? You could shoot me right here and right now, and that might feel good. But how good would it feel if you gave me a chance to fight back and still kill me? Kagan's face purses, and he looks off to the side for a second while loosening her grip on Sayori's neck. Not a bad suggestion. Not bad at all. And we all know how that would end, because he always gets his ass kicked. He takes a minute to fall silent and evidently thinks. I make eye contact with Sayori and nod my head at her, desperately trying something to help calm her down. She doesn't move her head much and just hangs it lowly. Nah, I think I will be fine with how things are right now. You being dead will satisfy me no matter if you fight back or not. Well, time to die. Kagan points the gun at my head and smiles. Is this how I die? I thought I could do better than just spout some sarcastic bullshit at him. Especially if he has my girlfriend hostage. Wait, is this about to... Ashley would be disappointed in me. Wait. There's no way that either way he dies, right? There was literally a select chapter option in the menu screen, so he can't die here, right? After taking one final look in Sayori's eyes, I close my own and bow my head. I swear to God if he dies. I'm sorry I failed you, Sayori. I swear to God! You deserve so much better than this. Ah, what the hell? All of a sudden I hear Kagan scream out in pain. Sayori, do something? Opening my eyes, I see Sayori biting down on the arm that Kagan uses to hold her. Damn. She managed to get a good grip too. Kagan is violently shaking his arm to get her off. This is my chance. With my right knee planted on the ground, I shift myself onto my left foot and use it to spring forward. Kagan's eyes widen as he sees the Grim Reaper charging toward him. I wrap my hand around Kagan's right wrist, which is holding the gun. Using my other hand, I reach between him and Sayori and pull Sayori away. Next, I grab onto the top of his head, grip some hair, and push him back into the window. Get off of me. We both stand there for a moment, my left hand still focusing on the gun in his hand. My right still pressing his head against the window. He starts to swing back, hitting me in the face a few times, but failing to loosen my iron grip on him. I'm not letting you get away, Kagan. I told you, if you bring her into this, you will suffer. And I'm not a dog, I am a lion. King of the jungle. And you've entered my pen. He swings once more and makes contact with my right temple, temporarily stunning me. But my grip on his doesn't loosen. You and your bitch of a girlfriend are going to pay for this. Whoa. You could call me a bitch, but you will not call her one. Oh. He calls her a bitch, but he's the one that's, like, obsessed with her. This character's, like, way too fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I pull his head toward me with the hand that was gripping his hair and slam it back onto the window. The window breaks under the pressure and glass shatters everywhere. Gah! Mikey! Sayori screams my name as Kagan manages to point the gun at me. Oh god. I pivot my hip and shove my knee into where his ribcage meets his right side. Out of reflex, he starts coughing and drops the gun. My gun! He lifts his head back up from outside the window and practically growls at me. But I take the hand that he is holding his head and slam it back down against the shattered glass rim of the window. Kagan screams in agony. I can feel the razor-sharp glass shards tear into the back of his skull. The scraping of the glass against his scalp sends a very chilling and disturbing sound into my eyes.
Stupid!
But I've heard worse, much worse. This is nothing to me. Kagan continues to fight back, causing me to slam his head repeatedly onto the rim of the window. Mikey, watch out! Out of the corner of my eye, I see a bloody hand with a sharp shard of glass swing toward my throat. Well, I duck my head just in time as the sharp piece of glass makes contact with my arm. God damn it, Kagan. Fuck yourself. He presses the glass deeper into my arm and twists it around, sending intense searing pain through my arm. Nope. I repeatedly start to slam his head against the jagged glass of the window again and again until his hand lets go of the glass in my arm. His breathing slows and his body goes limp. I release my grip on him and stand up, leaving him slumped at the window. You are a monster. What? I'm only protecting someone I care about. Anyone else would have done the same, Kagan. If only you knew. There is no response. His breathing has stopped, and his lifeless body slides down this wall and onto the floor. Breathing heavily, I look over to Sayori as she runs to my side. Mikey, are you alright? I'm fine, just a small flesh wound. What about you? How's your neck? It's okay, just a little sore. I want you to call 911 and get the paramedics here. Shouldn't we remove the sharp glass in your arm first? No, that isn't a good idea. If we remove it, it'll tear through more muscle on the way out and cause me to bleed even more. Gross, I'm sorry. It's fine. Sayori retrieves her phone and begins to call for help. See, now this one seems a lot more better. Okay, so this probably is the good ending. The other one, I was way too worried that it was bad. The amount of gunshots that hit MC was, like, very concerning to me. That I was like, did I just pick a bad ending choice? When you have to protect someone that you love, you will stop at nothing to assure their safety. You will go to lengths you thought you wouldn't ever be able to go. And all you will want is to just see their smile again. An important woman told me that once, and I never understood it until now. So was that kid all along? Correct, he was behind all of it. He planned it all from the start since I stopped him from peeping on Sayori. Well, if we've confirmed that he was behind the entire kidnapping incident, then I can fabricate the story regarding his death and we can move on. Wait, Kagan died? It should be reported by the media tomorrow morning. Thank you, Julia. Don't mention it. You did very well this last week. That a fact? Now don't start getting too cocky. It just made me think of the conversation I had with Ashley a while ago. I'm curious. Don't worry about it. We just talked behind your back like we usually did. Oh, she and I did that with you too. You did? Not. One thing about you that we agreed on was that we could both rely on you when we needed you. I know I give you a hard time, but you are someone I can come to rely on. Shit, don't start getting sappy with me. It's kind of disturbing coming from you. We could go back to talking about what I found in your drawer when I was younger. No! Alright then. I'm gonna be going now. You get inside and get some rest. And for the love of God, can I please go a few days without hearing that you've gotten into some more trouble? Oh, about that. What is it now? Sayori's pregnant. Are you serious? No. Oh my God, the look on your face. I officially hate you. Good night, Jules. Night. Julia walks to her car and I walk back inside. I lie back onto my bed and close my eyes for a second, the light overhead somewhat blinding me. It's over. It's all over. Thank God. I turn my head to look at a sleeping Sayori that is cuddled up in my blanket. She looks so relaxed and comfortable. Despite everything that happened, that joy she emanates never fades. That is what I love about her. I guess I should probably follow her lead. I am pretty exhausted as well. Heaving a quiet sigh as I get up, I walk over to my door and turn off the light. I lie down next to Sayori under the blanket and rest my head against my pillow. Almost as if it was instinct, Sayori rolls over and wraps her arm around me. Smiling, I lean down gently and kiss her forehead. Shit's still going? I thought it would have been over from there. Hurry, it's getting cloudy already. Give me a damn second, woman. We just got back from your therapy. Due to Sayori's depression, I've convinced her to see a professional therapist so we could start the steps of helping her depression. At first, she was worried about the cost, but thanks to everything I've saved up so far from work, payment is not a problem. Sayori trots out onto the balcony. Heh, look at the sky, it's so pretty out today. If you say so. It should rain soon, too. Yep, we should get a good drizzle today. I take a seat onto my chair and look out of my balcony. The clouds are indeed rolling in as predicted by media. The blue sky barely begins to form a gray aura that grayscales the land. Sayori walks over to me, smiles, and sits down onto my lap. Aww! Now that's just cute. Isn't that cute? I wrap an arm around her and hold her close. She giggles and leans back onto my chest, holding the book we are planning on reading together. Why do I feel like that's like the Portrait of Markov? Because wasn't that whole thing with Portrait of Markov about an eye or something? Like a third eye? I would throw that book away. Thank you for everything, my hero. I should be thanking you. You saved my life that night by attacking Kagan. Well, if I didn't do anything, you were going to die. And so was I. I did that... I did what came naturally to me, and I fought my best to protect you, Mikey. It's because... I love you. You're still having a hard time saying it, aren't you? Don't say it that way. It's just something I haven't ever said to anyone but my parents before. Well, you probably have an easier time saying it than I do. But I love you too, Sayori. At first, we just sit there and enjoy it, us being close, and even she cracks open the book and urges me to read. We start to read until the clouds form more and more into the sky. Sayori said she always wanted to sit outside and watch the rain with me sometime. And to be honest, I don't know how much time I even have left around here. But now I have the opportunity, and I plan to enjoy every moment of it. In life, you will always win some and lose some. Take the experience from that and use it for a better future. Hey. So that was chapter 1, huh? Man, the intensity that happened nearly halfway at the end. Crazy shit. If I'm going to be fairly honest, though, the Kagan character was kind of whack. I'm not going to lie. Like, I mean, he was kind of a shitty bad guy, honestly. I honestly didn't find him that good of a bad guy. I really didn't. Like, oh yeah, oh, so you call me peeping through somebody of me being a pervert. I could do whatever the fuck I want because I'm a fucking pervert. I'll peep through someone's fucking windows and watch them get undressed if I want to. What makes you think you can stop me, huh? That's a fucking crime, basically, dude. That's pretty much a crime. Like, I mean, shit. Like, over that, he hires a bunch of people, kidnaps her, even gets her beat for it, trying to think, like, oh, I'm gonna come and save the day, be the hero. That was just a whack-ass bad guy. I'm sorry, but the bad guy was really whack. I'm really sorry to say that. I really am. I still love this story, though. This was really good, nonetheless. It was just Kagan. It was just Kagan's character was just really bad. I honestly didn't feel right with the Kagan's bad guy character. Like, I thought this bad guy character could have been a little bit better. That's just me. I'm just expressing my opinion, that's all it is. But I still love this mod. It's not like I hate the mod or anything. Like, I like this mod. This was really good. This was a really good chapter, at least, because we still got other chapters. Which I'm guessing is going to involve other characters. And we still don't know who that woman is in the middle either, so there goes that, right? See, there's still plenty more to go in Fruits of the Literature Club. But if you want me to still react to the bad ending or something, you just let me know in the comments or something. Or hell, even give this video a thumbs up for all I care. But mostly I would like to know if people actually want me to react to it in the comments. Simple as that. Other than that, I'm not going to go back to that bad ending because I wanted to have full good endings when I played the mods mostly. I know I did a mod before. Which one was it? Where I did both the good and the bad ending. I forgot which one it was, though. Alright, so yeah, this mod's still going. Just chapter 1 so far. It was good. It was pretty good. It was really intense. Kind of had me on my seat a little bit. It's just the one downside was just the Kagan's bad guy character was just kind of a stupid build to it. I wasn't a fan of the build of Kagan's character, his bad guy character. Just being because, oh, I stopped him from peeping through a girl's window, which is partially a fucking crime, usually. Like, people usually do, like, get caught by the police for that shit. They get taken in. They don't get put in prison, but they get taken in, question them and all that crap or something like that. I think that's what it was. It's just that. It was just Kagan. I wasn't a fan that was like, oh, because he... Oh yeah, so I caught him about to peep through Sayori's window, watch her sleep or get naked, whatever was about to happen. And I stop him from doing it, and then he's the one who gets upset, gets very fucked up in the head, hiring people to like have him killed, hiring people to kidnap Sayori, beat her, and then he will try and come in and save her or whatever like that, or save. He just wanted to plan shit out just to win a girl's heart, and it went way too far, and it was just kind of dumb to do. It was just kind of a dumb bad guy build-up. Like, he probably could have been a better bad guy if it wasn't that reason. Like, that reason itself kind of just had me being like, what were you thinking? Like, I mean, I feel like there would have been more reasons to it, honestly. not just over a fucking girl, or over the fact that he was going to peep through her fucking window and shit. I said this already like 3 times, but I'm saying it again. Chapter 1 was good. It was just Kagan's bad guy character I was not a fan of. Felt like he could have been a little bit of a better bad guy, a better reason of being a bad guy. But I guess it is what it is, but nonetheless the mod was the chapter, I should say. The chapter was good. Alright, so yeah, I'll see you guys when we start chapter 2 of Fruits of the Literature Club.